Hello and welcome to the portion of the instruction dealing with employment tests. These are the tests that you will most likely come across in your employment search. So we have some information on the majority of tests that you'll come across. First is the drug screening. Right, and the only information to underline here is that the only way for drugs not to show up, a foolproof way for drugs not to show up in a drug screening, is not to do them. You'll come across a lot of sayings and beliefs and just different ideas on how to mask drugs in your system, but the only foolproof way is not to do them. Personality tests are those tests that you'll come across where the employer is interested in your train of thought. So they'll give you a number of different questions. Sometimes they seem like it's the same question worded in a different way. With this, the best approach to this type of testing is to put the employer's hat on and to answer the questions as if you were the employer and what answer you would most like to hear. And that's the best course of action. It makes the process very easy, and you could be complete this test very quickly if that is your school of thought. Credit history. This is popular in banking industries, high cash volume industries, where your personal finances or your ability to govern your personal finances comes into play. Whether you believe it's right or not, if you throw your hat in this ring for consideration for this type of employment where they ask you for your credit history, the best course of action is that you are aware of the information before they are, so you can speak about it intelligently, and that's pretty much it. You just want to have the information before they do if you want to be considered, so you are not shocked or put in a defensive position, things of that nature. And the same goes for a background check. Usually companies go back between 7 and 10 years in a background check. The idea is that you should be aware of what is going to come back on a check, and you can go to Maryland.gov, judicial, case search, and type in your name, and any infractions that were in the court system will come up, including traffic, things of that nature. But again, the idea is to be aware of the situation so you can speak about it intelligently, and if it comes up, that you're not caught off guard and having an uncomfortable conversation about something that you may or may not be comfortable speaking about. So it's just a good idea to prepare for that discussion. Reading and math. There are a number of companies that have reading tests and math tests. Home Depot does, Lowe's does. The only thing to mention about this in terms of preparation is that you have to watch your timing. These tests are usually timed, and some people, in an effort to get a question correct, they'll spend more than the time necessary on one question and forfeit the last couple of questions that they aren't able to get to because of a time restriction. So the best idea is not to spend more than 2 minutes on a question. If you go over that 2-minute mark, regardless of whether you want to get it correct and you're focusing on that, you just want to be careful of your time. And if there's time, come back to it, but you don't want to sacrifice what you didn't get to, because usually at the end of the timing, what is incomplete is considered wrong and can count against you. So that's something to be aware of. And technology tests. These are more in office settings. Usually, not strictly, but usually in office settings where they would like to know, you say that on your resume, you know Word, you know Excel, you know the complete Microsoft Office, you have a typing speed of whatever the case may be. some time ago, they used to believe what anyone put on their resume, but no longer. The industry, pretty much as a standard, wants you to demonstrate the abilities that you claim to have. Is that saying that you need to know everything about that software, that application? No, it doesn't. But they want to make sure that you have a working knowledge of it, or to see where your skills fall on a scale. And that is pretty much the school of thought. So if you're going into the office industry or anything with technology and you say you have a skill, it's common knowledge for you to, or common practice, I should say, for you to demonstrate that skill. All right, so those are just some key points to be aware of as you come across employment tests. And you all take care.